Or that Olusegun Obasanjo, the former president of Nigeria, has accused the National Assembly of determining their salaries by themselves. Obasanjo also alleged that the executive was giving the federal lawmakers what they did not deserve and they were collecting it. According to the former president, the lawmakers collecting 200 million naira each, adding that all these were immoral. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has accused the Senate and House of Representatives members of fixing their salaries independently, adding that the act was immoral and unconstitutional. The former military general also alleged that the executive is fond of giving what does not belong to the legislative and the federal lawmakers, which the federal lawmakers have never rejected, adding that such are the leadership challenges that Nigeria is facing. According to the former president, the federal lawmakers got 200 million naira each and they collected it, adding that it was wrong for the lawmakers to design their salaries by themselves. In your own case, in his words, with all due respect, you're not supposed to fix your salaries, but you decide what you pay yourselves, the allowances that you give yourselves, newspaper allowances you give yourselves, all sorts of things. And you know it is not right, it is immoral. You're doing it, the Senate is doing it, and you beat your chest. In some cases, the executive gives you what you're not entitled to. You all got 200 million naira. The former president made this comment hosting 6 members of the House of Representatives led by Ugochinyere Ikenga at the Olusegun Obasanjo's Presidential Library in Abeokuta on Friday, August 9th. The lawmakers have come to seek the former president's support on the bill to establish 6-year single terms for presidents and governors at the National Assembly. The House of Reps deputy spokesperson has reacted to Obasanjo's allegation against the National Assembly members. The deputy House spokesperson Philip Agbese responded to the former president Olusegun Obasanjo's criticisms, stating that the current House is different from his era. Agbese denied the former president's allegations, calling his claims unfounded and totally wrong. The lawmakers also highlighted the difference between the current administration and Obasanjo's tenure. The deputy spokesperson of the House of Representatives, Philip Agbese, has responded to the former president Olusegun Obasanjo's criticisms, saying the current House is different from his era and has maintained accountability and transparency. Obasanjo has accused the National Assembly of fixing its salaries and allowances instead of allowing the Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Responsibility Commission to perform its duties. The Senate breaks its silence on receiving the special fiscal packages from the presidency. With all due respect, you know it is not right. Agbese said that the Obasanjo's allegation is unfounded. Agbese stated that Obasanjo's claims are unfounded, adding that the current House under the Speaker Tajuddin Abbas has strived to maintain the highest level of accountability and transparency. According to him, Obasanjo was using the past to pass judgment on the present, adding that this was wrong and unfounded. He highlighted the difference between the current administration and Obasanjo's tenure, saying President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's leadership is marked by partnership and collaboration. He also praised the Speaker Abbas for his accountability and leadership. We know what Tinubu wants for Nigeria, and supporting the presidency to deliver on the renewed hope agenda is the best for the country, he said. Agbese also recalled the allegation that Obasanjo attempted to bribe National Assembly members during his tenure. Obasanjo tried, albeit unsuccessfully, to bribe members of the National Assembly in his time to support positions that were not in line with the Constitution that informed his decision to amend the Constitution through the back door, which was rejected by the majority, he said. Nevertheless, the deputy spokesperson denied allegations that members received 100 million naira and 200 million naira under the current administration. He advised Obasanjo to focus on traditional media and stop patronizing social media hoaxes, emphasizing the need to support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda for the country's benefit. Agbese commended Speaker Abbas for his leadership and accountability, saying he has earned the respect of members through his commitment to excellence and due process. He also contrasted the current Senate President Godswill Akpabio with those who served during Obasanjo's era, highlighting the positive changes in leadership. Apologize to Nigerians for your misleading video. Atiku's aide to presidency. The former Vice President Atiku Abubakar's special advisor on media and publicity, Paul Ibe, has called on the presidency to apologize to Nigerians for the misleading appeal video of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu posted on his X handle, formerly known as Twitter handle. Paul Ibe said Nigerians thought President Tinubu showed empathy to their cause through the video, only to realize they were misled. Ibe argued that the controversy from the video showed lack of coordination among the president's inner cabinet. He accused the presidency of spreading fake news to citizens and engaging in misinformation. On Thursday, we should recall that Atiku's aide said the video went viral on social media and he was adjudged to have shown more empathy for the concerns of protesting Nigerians, unlike the shambolic speech by the president that was made last Sunday that will forever be remembered in ignominy. Curiously, much later in the evening of the same day, presidential spokesperson Bayo Ononuga made a post on his X handle, formerly known as Twitter handle, telling the country that the video clip that was posted on the president's handle is not a nude video, it's a clip from a broadcast he made last year. The scenario says a lot about the character of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the proficiency of his media managers, and the attitude that the presidency accords the current End Bad Governance in Nigeria protest that was just concluded. For a start, what the Tinubu presidency did with the old video is to pull the wool over the eyes of Nigerians with a view to distract them. It is a mannerism that is symptomatic of this presidency. The president and his media managers are a class act in propaganda. It is indeed shameless that in a time where misinformation is being blamed for public outrage in many parts of the world, the Nigerian government is caught red-handed in the act, adopting it as a state policy, Ibe said. He added that Tinubu's administration is deficient in credibility. Ibe said inefficiency of Tinubu's media aid regarding the Wednesday video that has gone viral explains the reason for current economic hardship. The flip-flopping episode that played out in the management of President's social media handle typifies the Tinubu's administration's policy flip-flop and trial and error policies. It is for this very reason that the country has been on a tight nose since the beginning of the administration. Obviously, the president's media team knew they did a poor job in the Sunday broadcast by the president, and in trying to make amends, came out to do what they know how to do best by mere propaganda. This type of dysfunctional narrative is why Nigerians have lost confidence in the Tinubu's administration. It is obvious even to the blind and the deaf that this government is deficient in credibility. As a matter of urgency, the Nigerian people deserve an unreserved apology from the Tinubu's presidency for leading them into a tailspin of misinformation and the attendant consequences of bad governance, he added. Meanwhile, the Senate has replied Obasanjo on fixing salaries claim he made earlier. Their words, we challenge you to bring forth contrary facts. The Nigerian Senate has said that it is petrified by claims made by former President Olusegun Obasanjo, stating that the National Assembly fixed their salaries and allowances beyond what was approved by the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, RMAFC. Recall that the former nation's leader had alleged that lawmakers in Nigeria's parliament allocate funds to themselves under the guise of salaries and allowances, while at the same time collecting sundry funds from the executive branch. Obasanjo said, in your case, with all due respect, you're not supposed to fix your salaries, but you decide what you pay yourselves. The allowance that you give yourself, newspaper allowances, you give yourself all sorts of things, and you know it is not right. It is immoral. You're doing it, and the Senate is doing it, and you beat your chest. In some cases, the executive give you what you're not entitled to. You all got 200 million naira. Responding to the accusation via a statement issued in Abuja on Sunday, the chairman of the Senate Committee on Media and Public Affairs, Yemi Adaramojo, insisted that the Senate only receives salaries allocated constitutionally by the Revenue Mobilization Fiscal Allocation Commission. Adaramojo challenged anyone with contrary facts to come forward with their evidence. According to him, the sordid and telltale assertions was amplified during a visit of a group of House of Representative members to the former President Olusegun Obasanjo. To straighten the record, the Senate receives only the salary allocated constitutionally by the Revenue Mobilization Fiscal Allocation Commission. We therefore challenge anyone privileged, either in qualified or absolute position, to bring forth any contrary facts. The senators or the National Assembly do not and cannot fix their salaries. Any suggestions contrary is uncharitable and satanic. It is only an attempt to crucify the legislature by the centuries of political hypocrisy. It is pertinent to inform the unsuspecting public that no senator has received any monetary patronage from the presidency. The mischievously touted constituency projects are not for the legislature. They are only suggested and nominated by the legislatures by the practice in other democracies worldwide, while the executive arm awards the contract to qualified contractors and ensure the implementation of the project through respective ministries and agencies. And the amount varies depending on the number of constituencies in each state of the federation. It is merely a contribution to the federal budget to ensure that every nook and cranny of Nigeria feels federal presence.